This is incredible, but not really, because the federal government is going to do what the federal government is going to do. If you are waiting for a big payout from Backpay for Social Security, I'm happy for you. Don't cash it. Just wait. They have been doing serious miscalculations lately, and they have been demanding their money back. So, for instance, in this story, a man actually received a $20,000 back pay check, and within the week, an $11,000 bill because they overpaid him. Now, while this has happened occasionally throughout the years, it's been really bad. I've done a couple of stories on these miscalculations. Now, in case you didn't know it, no one can calculate Social Security except for Social Security. There's no way for you to know. Never mind that you're an American that has worked hard and paid into Social Security. Never mind, I'm not going to get into that. Anyway, if you do cash it, don't spend it all. Like, put half of it over in a savings account and don't touch it, because they're going to want their money back, and they will garnish your wages, your Social Security check. They're going to garnish that if you don't pay it back.
A place that helps people get back on their feet. She watched 60 Minutes 2 nights ago. The show highlighted an odd practice by the Social Security Administration, sending out big back payment checks and then demanding part of the money be returned.
Received a letter from the Social Security Administration saying that due to a government miscalculation, they owed Social Security money.
The next morning, one of Becker's residents came to her confused about letters he'd received from Social Security.
One of our guests here at the St. Francis House had applied for benefits back in May of 2022.
The man received this Social Security check with a back payment of $20,000. 5 days later, he received this bill from Social Security saying he owed the agency $11,000.
Just take the $11,000 out of the $20,000, explain it, and send him a check for $9,000. I think that's smarter. You know, it's common sense. But this is the trap that so many people get into.
The trap, too often the demand for repayment from Social Security Administration is lost, where it doesn't come until years later, and the money from that big check, well, it's already been spent. Becker says all the unnecessary paperwork is too confusing for the average person.
If there wasn't someone here advocating for them and explaining this paperwork, like we have myself and my staff, Heidi, who's our community resource worker, he would have just deposited this check and then not understood this. And he said it yesterday. I don't understand any of this, Julie. Will you explain it to me?
We talked with two Social Security experts who tell us large back pay checks are common after people first apply. They recommend people with questions reach out to the Ticket to Work program. It is staffed by certified specialists who do not work for the Social Security Administration but are knowledgeable about those benefits. Tom Hansen, KELOLAND News.
Now, if people can't pay back money they were overpaid right away, it will be deducted from their monthly retirement checks until it's paid off. It's an unnecessary hardship for people who are already barely scraping by. We set up a link to the Ticket to Work program with this story on KELOLAND.com.